mighty OD.
Dead breeze, we rap this shit. Where they pull them weapons quick and snitches be the death of it.
OD.
Do you hear them? Here they come. Liquors balling out the slums. Here to tell you where I'm from.
Mighty OD.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Brock Brown, the ODTV. Boxing. Like I said, it depresses me. I love boxing. You know, I love to see trained professionals fight each other with rules. You know what I mean? It kind of evens it up despite who's taller, who's younger, who's smarter. You know, kind of evens the odds because it's now sport and there's rules to every sport. So when you abide by the rules, the game is played a certain way. And that has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about with Canelo and Callum Smith. Canelo, like I said, I really haven't liked the way Canelo moved lately, true. And I put Teofimo Lopez number 3A, I guess, Canelo 3B in my top 3, my favorite 3, I would say. I don't think Teofimo's a better fighter than Canelo, but that's not the point. The point is Canelo Alvarez is in a position that I've only truly seen one guy recently be in. It's Floyd Mayweather. And what I mean by that is, you might have heard me say this before, Canelo Alvarez is in the catbird seat. He gets to decide who he fights, right? Now, I am aware of the LA Times article and what the writer said about Canelo, right? But I just want to say, like, how can I put it? I think that some people are clearly showing that they have a bias towards Canelo Alvarez. Because Canelo Alvarez is continuing to fight champions. Canelo Alvarez is continuing to fight big names. Canelo is the name. So all the business shit, that is irrelevant. Canelo is the business for everybody who fights him. So let's just throw the business side out of it. What weight class is it that Canelo is supposed to be doing something in? That's the first question I have to ask you. What weight class is it where he's supposed to clean it out? Is it all of them? Is it all 4 of them? Is it just middleweight and super middleweight? So I need people to understand what Canelo is juggling. Canelo is juggling being at the top of multiple divisions at the same time. Now, in a perfect world, I agree with you. He should unify and become undisputed in at least one of those divisions. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. I would love to see him do it in the middleweight division. I'm with you 100%. But if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? And for Canelo Alvarez to go through a legal dispute with DAZN and then fight his next fight on DAZN, you can see who's paying him. You can see where he's getting the money from, who's paying top dollar or willing to pay top dollar. So again, the business side, we can't really compare Canelo's situation to nobody else in boxing situation right now. Not financially. So whoever fight Canelo is the B side. We all clear there. Everybody would love the payday because it's the highest payday you can get in boxing. But on the outside looking in, I just want to know, what is it that y'all expect? Callum Smith is not good enough now? I'm with y'all. I would like to see him fight Charlo. I would like to see him fight Andrade. I would like to see him fight those guys. I really don't care if he fights GGG again. I'm not going to bat for GGG to get a Canelo Part 3. It's not that big a deal to me. I believe that the first time was close enough that you could call it either way. You know what I mean? I think Canelo outed him slightly, but it was very close. Like it could be called a draw. The first fight, I don't agree with draws, but the first fight, you could call that a draw. And I don't think I would be mad. I believe Canelo won, but slightly, so slightly that it was not convincing. It was not definitive. I just think Canelo slightly won the first fight. The second fight, Canelo definitely won the second fight. The second fight, Canelo definitely won that. It was more convincing. It was not a great victory, but it was more convincing. I just don't understand what people want Canelo Alvarez to do. I understand for any particular division, you want him to clean that division out. Trust me, that's the highest form of flattery you're gonna get from me. The highest praise you're gonna get from me is people who cleaned out a division and people who are trying to clean out a division. But again, I don't believe that's Canelo Alvarez's objective. I don't believe he wants to clean out the division. I believe Canelo Alvarez wants to fight the biggest names. I don't want to say like Floyd, high risk. High reward, low risk. I don't think that's the case. I think Canelo is fighting the best fighter / name at that time. And then when you coming off a layoff, I don't know. Again, I don't know how anything. What is it that you wanted him coming off a layoff to do better than Callum Smith? I just don't understand it. I mean, I'm not particularly pleased with Canelo myself right now. I've expressed that before, but this is unwarranted hate. There's no reason for this Canelo hate. You know, I get upset when Canelo plans don't align with what I would like to see. Yes. I still hold him in the top 2 pound for pound with Terrence Crawford. Not my top 2 favorites right now, but he's in the top 2 pound for pound with Terrence Crawford. I think him and Terrence Crawford are the only 2 fighters in boxing that you can make an argument for that are number 1 pound for pound. Me personally, it's Terrence Crawford. Because dudes is actually spooked. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't that bread attack to Terrence Crawford that's attached to Canelo Alvarez. They don't have that same type of money value, so people ain't knocking down the door to fight Terrence Crawford. But I'll get into that later. Canelo Alvarez, he's done nothing wrong. There was a layoff, y'all. Let's remember that. There's a layoff. And he came in. He didn't fight a tune-up. Y'all, all right, like, let's just look at this. I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it at this. Y'all complaining he should have fought GGG a third time. Is the dude that GGG fought better than Callum Smith? Is the dude that GGG fought on Callum Smith level? And I'm just being real with y'all. I'm asking y'all, it's just some basic shit. I'm not trying to fanboy for Canelo. I ain't got no pom-poms up. Like I said, Canelo is not even, he's in the doghouse with me right now. But still, this is madness. This is ridiculous, man. This is sick. I don't know what the hell is going on. Why is it hate on Canelo right now? And all right, this is my last thing. I promise. This is the last one on this. I'm done with this. My suspicion. Remember, y'all, I said my suspicion. I'm not saying this is definitively why it's happening. My suspicion that this rumbling that is starting to grow into a slight roar of Canelo Alvarez hate. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I really believe it's because Errol Spence's name has now been connected to Canelo Alvarez. If these guys ain't the ones that started the whisper, I think they're the ones that's carrying the whisper to a slight roar. I do believe that it is those guys, the Errol Spence fanboys. You know what I'm saying? Because all right, this is what I'm going to say. They have to do it because it keeps him away from Bud. And I'm going to leave y'all with that because this is about Canelo. I'll get into that later. But again, let's be for real, y'all. What did Canelo Alvarez do wrong? Off a layoff, he fought Callum Smith. And y'all complaining about GGG, who didn't look great against some guy. Again, this is what I mean when I say boxing is sick. You become a fan of something or somebody to the point where rationale and just logic and plain common sense, it doesn't exist. You can only see your fighter or the disdain for a fighter. Because everybody don't do that. Come off no layoff and fight no Callum Smith. Everybody don't give up that height and reach advantage on purpose. Everybody don't pick top 2, top 3, number 1 ranked guys to step in off no layoff. I mean, y'all make of it what y'all will, but this Canelo hate is just sad. It's sad that the biggest name in boxing don't get no credit right now. I mean, I'm not saying Callum Smith is Superman, but damn, yo, he came off a layoff. That's crazy. Really? Really, that's an issue for y'all, huh? Man, them delusional boxing fanboys, man. Shouts out to Canelo and his win on Callum Smith, man. Brock Brown, the ODTV. Peace.